Hi everyone, meteorologist Robert Spetta here with you today. It is currently the 30th of July 2014. I know we are continuing to watch our tropical storm Haiyang off here, Halong that is, continuing to move over Guam and Saipan. But the other big topic, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to be tuning in over the next 24 to 48 hours, it's tropical storm Nakri, which is continuing to bear down on the southern Japanese islands. And this storm system has a very extensive wind field. Take a look at this. This is from Meteor Earth, and just for starters, I want to talk about this because it is a large monsoonal type of depression. I mean, this is not a consolidated, organized type low. It's a monsoonal gyre. So you have all this cloud cover you see here, and around that is the center of circulation, actually located in the middle of it. You have all that cloud cover off towards the northeast, the southwest. This whole thing is the storm system. So we have a very massive wind field on this, a lot of rainfall, but it's not one of your typical typhoon type storms you may be used to out here in the southern Japanese islands. With that said, and I know no tropical storm anything has been issued by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Actually, right now, Tropical Storm Nakri from JMA, JTBC. Well, okay, this is actually outdated medium they have here. Most recently, they have updated it to a high risk of development, but still no tropical depression out of this or anything. Despite that, you're still going to be seeing gale force wind. Gale warnings have been issued out here in the southern Japanese islands. In Daito-jima, actually, just towards the southeast of Naha, just showing you the expansiveness of this wind field. You've actually seen winds reported out here as high as 90 kilometers per hour. Get rid of the precipitation. Our model's really picking up on this. Sustained at 65, 60, 70 kilometers per hour. Winds reported gusting up to 90 kilometers per hour. Already gusty winds here in the southern Japanese islands. As we look ahead into Thursday, that's going to be the case as well. Let's scroll through here. Now, this is on Wednesday. Going through Thursday, our large monsoonal gyre of a storm. Remember, the winds near the center of circulation, not so bad. The bulk of the convection is off here towards the west and towards the east. So, as I've actually been telling people, the center line of the storm, that's not important. Really, because the center line, that's where the nice weather is, in the center of circulation. Take a look at this from the GFS model. Pretty calm right there, but the gustiest winds, if the storm system tracks over Miyako and Ishigaki, will be on Okinawa and the southern Japanese islands, where you could see 40, 50 knot winds. I mean, that's storm watch for the military. JMA is expecting winds upwards about 90 to 100 kilometers per hour on the islands here on Thursday as well, and even extending out through Friday morning. But throughout the day on Thursday, I know everybody's got jobs, you got work, but if you have the chance to stay indoors, you may want to. It depends on how close this storm system gets. As we can see, actually, most recently, it's shifted a little bit farther towards the east. So if the center of circulation passes over Naha, that would be the good news. A little farther towards the west, though, we're going to be seeing sustained winds 35 knots or 60 to 70 kilometers per hour, which is enough to definitely blow things about and cause some damage out here. So latest track from JMA, they push that center line a little bit farther there towards the west, and that definitely would be enough to cause some problems and enough to really ignite this storm system. Latest satellite imagery still shows a lot of that bulk of those showers a little bit farther there towards the east, though, but that's going to wrap around, and especially through Wednesday night here, those winds will start to pick up. Furthermore, the rainfall. Let's talk about that. This is a very large storm system going back to that humongous wind field I was just showing you a second ago. All that rain's going to be coming overhead, gathering all this moisture out of the tropics, also enhancing the monsoon in the Philippines, bringing some flooding out there for you, and possibly even starving some energy there from Halong back towards the east, which has caused some damage into the Guam and Saipan. That's all going to spread across the southern Japanese islands over towards Kyushu. 72-hour rainfall outlook from GFS. It is wet all the way from southern portions of Kyushu, southern Japanese islands, possibly upwards about 10 inches of rain in some areas. Hopefully most of this is over water, but flash flooding is really going to be an issue here, and the Japan Meteorological Agency has stated there is the threat of even some landslides coming from this storm system, along with flooding there in southern Japan. So I know right now I'm not trying to call anybody out on this, but I really do think there should be advisories put in place for the military. I'm only saying that specifically because I know my audience is split up by a few people here. There's a lot of foreigners that watch, or Japanese people that can speak English that watch these updates, and Americans overseas, and they follow a lot of the JMA warnings that are put out here. Right now, JMA has put out gale warnings. JMA has put out that heavy rain advisories and winds up to about 90 kilometers per hour. They're expecting some pretty rough weather. They're not going to close anything down for this storm system or anything like that. It's not going to be Nakri, but they have put stuff out. The other side of my audience, especially into the Okinawa Islands, is military, a lot of military, and you don't get these advisories that route. You get it from your local agencies. So thank you very much for watching these updates. Please share with your friends. Let them know that that's what's happening out here. It's going to be a rough day on Thursday. So we're going to continue to watch this storm system, especially through the rest of Thursday into Friday. It's going to continue to pull off there towards the north, and at least by Friday, winds are going to be starting to taper off. That's the good news if you are out here in southern Japanese islands, and I think by Saturday, the bulk of the precipitation should be over as well. So some improving conditions by then. At least it does look like for Okinawa and over towards Taiwan. Unfortunately, as far south as Philippines are still seeing the precipitation, and South Korea and over towards western Japan, these rough weather is going to push onshore as well. So a lot of those of you out in Kyushu, western Honshu, Shikoku, the precipitation is going to come down, and there's going to be the threat of flooding going into the weekend for western Japan and South Korea. And once again, a lot of people being impacted by this storm system. It has a huge wind field, and this is definitely the thing to watch over the next several days, all the while keeping a keen eye on our other storm, which is going to meander out here in the western Pacific and potentially could impact Japan, but for now it doesn't look like it is going to. All right, thanks again for watching, everybody, and stay safe out there.